Hey, what's up everybody? So today I'm gonna do a video on basically my thoughts on The Last of Us, on how it's one of my favorite games, right? But people like dismiss it because it's kind of new and they think it's repetitive, or I don't know, the gameplay is not very good. Well, I'm here to tell you everything about the game, almost everything anyways. It's perfect. Now I understand it's not a popular opinion with some people, right? I was watching the Weapon Wheel podcast, and BG and Red into me. They didn't agree that the game is all that. But I'm here to tell my opinion on why it is all that, and that's why it's so recognized and so praised. Right? So it's considered one of the best games last gen, right? Well, in my opinion, all this led because it was a culmination of the zeitgeist. Basically, it was a culmination of everything that people wanted, right? So it's a third-person shooter, right? Everybody loves them. And towards 2013, people were getting tired of first-person shooters. Heck, I remember Bioshock Infinite came out the same year, and people praised it in the beginning of the year. But after that, after the first couple of months, people started losing interest in that game and losing the respect they had for it. So yeah, it's a third-person shooter, so people dig that. And it's based around zombies. Now in the game they're not zombies per se. They're more like a what do they call it? Cordyceps or something like that. They're a fungus that pretty much take over the body. They're zombies, but they have a little twist that can make it a little more realistic, and it's cool, But that's not what makes the game amazing, of course. It's just the little things adding up to it that makes it amazing. So it's about zombie third-person shooter, things that were popular in 2013. Take for example The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead came out that same year and people loved that game. So you can see a pattern here, how people love zombies and stuff like that. Now next up is the acting and the performances and the story. This game, and you can't debate this game has one of the best voice acting. I wouldn't even call it voice acting, I would just call it acting, because there's a scene in the beginning where Joel starts crying, and he actually cries. Troy Baker actually cries on set, and they retake it, they do it again and do it again until he gets it perfect. I saw the documentary, it's amazing. And the performance by Troy Baker, Ashley Johnson, all of them were amazing. And you can see how that it's even, you can compare it to other films that have great acting. Maybe not to the best films, but it's up there. It's up there with quality films. And the story, while not original, because it's kind of like a father-daughter story, it still feels fresh. I don't know why. Maybe it's the world, maybe the characters. It's probably the characters. The characters are very important in a story. It's probably the characters. And the story, it doesn't feel predictable. You could think, but at the end, you figure it's got something else that's gonna happen. It's not so predictable when you actually see the real ending. But apart from the great story, right? People get this idea that The Last of Us is repetitive, or I don't know. They say is you get a ladder, you pass that part, right? Then you kill some clickers and you rinse and repeat. Now I have many issues with that statement. See, the thing is, all games are like this, right? In Uncharted, right? You go into a room, you kill a bunch of dudes, puzzle. Go into a room, kill a bunch of dudes, puzzle. Go into a room, kill a bunch of dudes, etc., for 7 hours. And now people don't they don't call bullshit on that. In Mario, you have level 1 1, level 1 2, level 1 3, level 1 4, level 1 5, jumping through little hoops and through little platforming sections, and nobody complains about that. Now I get it, it's fun, and doing the same thing over and over, it's still fun. And in The Last of Us, it's still fun. Now some say no, because it's not challenging. I have a big issue with that. Grounded mode? Crazy. Grounded mode is one of the most annoying, because it's one of the most annoying difficulties. It's so hard because it's just, they don't give you enough supplies, so you have to literally think before you even start the game. Okay, so I have one bullet here. I remember this part you can't pass it without a bullet, but this part you can, and you have to think strategically and outside the box, which to its credit is great. So the fact people say no, the gameplay is too, you know, too predictable and too boring. No, because you know, if you want a challenge, at least playing grounded. And people say no, the listen mode makes it way easier. If you're playing even in Survivor, you won't have listen mode. There you go, another way to challenge yourself and not say, oh no, the game is this and the game is that. And you know, apart from all like the single player, which is about like how much, like 12 hours, right? Which is actually longer than most single player games out there that are like 8 hours. So apart from the 12 hours that it offers and a little bit more of your explore, the multiplayer is great. See, this multiplayer, it's how you should do a multiplayer. I never thought that this game could have such a good multiplayer. Okay, so small teams of 4, 2 teams. No zombies, so no Call of Duty BS in the way like the zombies in Call of Duty. So no zombies, no survival like that. But instead, they pitch you against the other team, and you have to basically, you know, kill them all. But the way you do it, it's so ingenious. See, you can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna run and gun everything, because other people can craft, I don't know, a Molotov and kill you with one hit, and you know, plant a bomb. And just playing through that multiplayer, you feel like, you know, it feels what's the word? Like you're trying to survive. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm fine, I have an extra life. No, you only have 20 lives. Your team has 20 lives, so you can't die a lot, because then you lose. So there's this dread of not dying and killing your opponent, because yeah, you want to win, and it's just a very immersive multiplayer, and I wouldn't expect that from this game, you know. So I don't know, man, like thinking about this game is always like good, like, and people say, oh, you play it once and that's it, right? And it gets boring. And I have to disagree with that. Well, see, I've played the game, let me see how many times, if I think about it. So I beat it first on normal, and normal plus, then on hard, then on hard plus, then on survival, and currently I'm through grounded. So I've played it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 times, which is crazy because they say it doesn't have replayability, right? Well, I disagree. It has great replayability. I've seen how I beat it like so many times. Yes, I know, like I like the game, so I might have a skewed opinion, but the game still offers, like in New Game Plus, it offers a little bit of more challenge, and you know, it just offers a better experience in New Game Plus. So yeah, it's just a great game, man. And whenever I think about it, it's just everything about it, I like it. So I don't understand how people, you know, call it bad or call it boring. Well, I haven't heard too many people call it bad, but I've heard people like the gameplay's meh and it gets repetitive. I don't know. I have to disagree with them. I really love this game. Maybe it doesn't hold up over the years, but that's not the game's fault right now. In 2013, that game was amazing, and it's still amazing in 2016. So I have to see in 2023 if it's still amazing as before. So yeah, so I just put gameplay video Hotline Miami 2. Great game, everyone should check it out. And then I put out Arkham Knight because I just thought this clip was funny because you were playing as Catwoman and Batman. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on The Last of Us. What do you guys think? So yeah, bye.